when you think of civics, right? One of the things that I wanted to make sure as it relates to the Parkers within the Every Voice, Every Vote cohort is to amplify their voices, right? The work that they're doing within the civic space, right? We are so busy doing like our own stories, right? Addressing civics, addressing the work that we're doing. But I think oftentimes you guys don't get acknowledged personally for the work that you have been doing. So we started this cycle with amplifying voices of what you guys are doing, right? So the question I have for you to start is when you think of civics, right? What's the first thing that comes to mind and what are you doing to continue to engage civically in that work?
Yes, exactly. That's something that we often talk about, with
Yeah,
among the team, the collaborators, as we try to encourage the community to engage more civically. Like, what does that mean, right?
yeah,
Even when we talk to
that's right.
the community, oh, we're doing civic engagement, and folks will ask, is that just election? And
Yeah,
it's not,
Mm-mm.
right? So it's really, when we talk about civic engagement, it could be like from gardening
that's
to
right.
to the food pantries, to being on the
That's
neighborhood,
right.
to going to education collectives, anything that you can do like community wise. And for me, my passion again is bringing together the media and going to the communities. That's
Yeah.
how I feel like I meet my civic engagement, quota.
Right.
It's using my skills to go to get closer to my neighbors, to
Yeah.
my community, to different communities that I don't even know, right? Like the
Yeah.
other day I went to like Strawberry Mansion, and is a neighborhood that I haven't
Wow.
been that
Hmm.
often,
Okay.
but I've been to, the Northeast because there's a lot of Brazilians there. I've been to South Philly because
Hmm.
there's a lot of Mexicans there. I've been to Southwest because there's some Brazilians there. So for me, it's wow, I'm exploring, Philadelphia. I'm learning about Philadelphia. I'm reporting
Yeah.
and giving space for, my fellow, community members.
Yeah.
They're Latino or people of color, and let's talk about your issues. And people feel, what I have a really good response about the community having that space. They're like, oh, thank you for listening,
Yeah.
you know
Mm.
Yeah.
and that's crazy because I don't think we actually listen to each other nowadays. So people
Mhm.
say thank you for listening to my story,
Yeah.
because I love that, and I feel like that's part of my work. But as there's also a passion as a human being, I love storytelling. So
Wow.
sit down, tell me about you, tell me about your family, how did you get here, tell me about your kids. And now I'm a mom too, so I can relate to that too.
Yeah.
And that, but we bond. I
Mm.
create something greater with them than just, oh, I'm reporting here, tell me what happened.
Mm.
How many
Yeah.
bodies, like that's not it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Yeah.
reporting that we do, that it's civic engagement, it's that,
I love that.
it's
Mm.
relationship, it's understanding each other, and it's long term.
Hmm.
Mm.
Hmm.
With so many different things, I guess, going on now in our um, communities right now when it comes to minority communities. For us, we're hearing things like, oh, some of the concerns are, youth gun violence and public safety and things like that. What are some of the things that your team is hearing are, you know, major concerns for, I guess, the Latino community?
Yes, yes.
Hmm.
Well, I guess, it comes to mind, it's the fear that we
Hmm.
have, that we've been living
Right now. Hmm.
right
Mm.
Yeah.
now with uh, deportations.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's nothing great, there's nothing gonna beat that
Yeah. I'm
that
sure.
issue. It's
Mhm.
and it's just sad.
Hmm.
It's sad, it's horrible, it's horrific. um it's a sad moment.
Yeah.
Mm.
And it's, as I read more about, the history of deportations, is not nothing new.
Yeah.
It's not
Mm.
anything new.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's the part that we're trying to understand more. We have, talked to some historians
Yeah.
to understand more about, the moment that we're living now. We just interviewed for Dialogos Johanna Hernandez,
Mm.
the author of Young Lords.
Mm.
This is a acclaimed book, and she was telling us about, the myth of democracy, and how many times communities of color have been targeted and pushed
That's
away.
right. Yeah.
Like Mexicans have been pushed away
Yeah.
many decades ago, Asians as
Mhm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So we're living history on repeat.
Yeah.
What does that
Mm.
mean for
Yeah.
us? Where do we go from there? So those are the questions we ask ourselves as we are living through this moment.